couple days ago when I did my sample box, I told you I'd show you how to decorate it, and I got out in the garden yesterday and that's as far as I got. So I'm bringing myself back in and I'm going to show you how to put acrylic on these little double box lids I showed you how to make. I learned from Clare and I'm really enjoying making these. It just takes a little bit longer than I anticipated. I'm having a tea on Saturday and I thought I'd have them all done. Well, I don't think that's going to be the case. But remember, when you're crafting, the process is half the fun. So I just put some double-sided tape around my edge of my box before I make my cover decorations. I want to make sure that some black shows. So I would like at least 1/8 of an inch to show around the rim. Now you can cut a hole and out of a rectangle, but you can use much less paper if you make lines or borders. So I'm just taking a piece of flexible acetate, putting it on top of my box before I decorate it. And I did double-sided tape. Don't particularly like using tacky glue on this part, although I do use tacky glue on some parts. And I want to use double-sided tape so it does not bleed onto the acrylic. Now you can make your corners mitered, but I like to make part of them not mitered. So if you put both edges, this is another one I'm making, a Germany one here. If you put your two pieces together and you can cut an angle and get a perfect miter. But I find if I just cut one of them, so find your corner, go to the other corner and cut a line, you get a nice miter. I always put a little bit of distress ink on the edge. That's how I cut them. These ones are already cut, so I wanted to at least show you how I cut them. So first I put a straight piece underneath, and then I put a mitered corner on top of it. And that way there is absolutely no blank baseboard showing. So I'm just leaving 1/8 of an inch of black showing. Doing this both top and bottom. I put my double-sided tape first. Like I said, you can use tacky glue, but I find if it gets on the acrylic, it makes a mess. Okay, I have about 1/8 of an inch showing all around my cover. Then I have these small pieces, which I've already distressed on the edges. Now I am using a digital paper for these boxes, and 4 of the 5 countries I visited had this word just says memories and adventures, and I really liked it. It didn't have it for Netherlands, so I ended up buying some Delft digital paper, since Delft, China was everywhere, including the cruise ship where we ate. So I bought some Delft paper for Amsterdam and the part of our trip we were in Netherlands, where all the other boxes have these little letters, and you can make the letters as big or as small as you want. So my cover is now full and I'm finished, and I have, except I might do something on the bottom afterwards. I'm just going to show you how I do the other parts. Since I made 5 boxes the same, all the measurements were the same, so that was a little bit easy. Again, you don't have to have it really anchored strongly, so you can use double-sided tape, and if you get any loose edges, that's when I use the tacky glue. just in the corners. Now I'm just going to put 2 on to give you the idea here. I have not finished my final decorations, just the outsides of the boxes so far. And when you buy the digital paper, it comes in a set. Because you can make it any size, I'm thinking of putting a flag on each box. So remember, there's a right side, an up and a down. So I'm just, again, going to leave about 1/8 of an inch. It's a teeny bit more on the top, but there will be a cover, so I won't worry about that. I also found some cool Mariners compasses on Etsy. I just love this digital paper. I like being able to size my prints or my paper any size that fits the project. So I'm sure you could use just a tape runner here too. I find this is an economical way. The other thing, all my magnets were a different size. So some of them I used score tape, a very skinny score tape for the border. Now what's going in these boxes are portfolios, or landscape and horizonscape accordion album. And I'll be just showing you how to put some decorations on that later. But see how this is the same exact print. And originally I thought I was going to make it this big, but then I realized because I have a cover, it won't show. So I made it smaller. And I think I would like to have a flag on each one. But now, let's see. The only thing else I want to show you is you may put your magnets in any direction. So here, for Netherlands, like I said, the decorations are going to be different for this one. Like I did some fussy cutting, and I also purchased a map of Amsterdam, since that's where we mostly were, and I think I'm going to be using that on the outside of my album. But here I have the Delft paper, and I just picked 2 different patterns, and I put the magnet, it's a rectangle, I put it upright. The others were long sceneries, where this is a piece of art. And so I used very skinny, I think I used this little teeny 1/8 of an inch score tape under this part, so it doesn't show on the acrylic. And I'm really pleased with that. So that is the process of decorating your books. And when you print it up, they come with other little journal blocks, and it's easy to journal your memories. And like I said, you can make them any size, and even the flags. If you want to put a small flag or a big flag, it's easy to pick the flag you want to do. Now what I have left to show you of this project is how the books go together, and that will be one more video. I have one done, or else at least the outline of it, or the start of it. So I'm doing it in both directions. A portrait mode and a landscape mode. The landscape mode opens really far when it's this long. And what I did was I put a hard piece of mat board on the front and the back, and I'm going to use ribbon, and I haven't decided what kind of ribbon, but that's why I haven't made the video yet. But each box will have 2 decorated pieces, and then it can open like a book, or it can open like an accordion. So there'll be ties available on each side of the book. And all I did was take a piece of black mat board, put the My Creative Spirit black tape on it, and it's ready to attach, and this will just go on top of one page, and that will be my accordion book. So I'll show you that put together. I say tomorrow, but who knows. Tomorrow I'm going to Cincinnati to see a Van Gogh illuminated, and so it'll probably be Thursday. Meanwhile, think about what easy books you would like to make from travels or children or family gatherings, anything, and then you can decorate them the way you want. And I'll show you my finished projects when I get done. Have a great day. God bless.